Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those person that just found this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Stay with us until the end and remember to subscribe to the channel. You can comment below and share it with anybody that you know that will find this information very useful. The government announced a big news a couple days ago that application for federal skilled worker, federal skilled trades worker, and also the Canadian experience class will be reopening in July, which means all of my people outside of Canada that wanted to come to Canada and all of my international students that are currently in Canada and was waiting for this news, now is not the time to mess around. Now is the time to prepare ourselves and have everything set up, including our GC key, making sure that our CRS score is as best as we can do. And so that's why I'm here today. We'll look into how you can get your CRS score. So I'll be looking down a lot because I'll be screen recording, so you guys will have it on the screen to see exactly what I am seeing. We are gonna move on now to figuring out the CRS score. So now we are on the general website. You can see my application, immigrated studies, citizenship, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to go to the search option, so it's quick and easy, and you guys should do this too instead of looking all around. So you go on to CRS score. My internet is clearly taking a little while today. And this is how the express entry works, and I believe it's how we rank your express entry profile. It explains the whole system, which is the comprehensive ranking system, which is your CRS score that I explained before. And now we are going to go to the bottom and we go to use the comprehensive ranking system tool. So this tool is what helps you to know that, okay, you have enough points or you don't have enough points, and this assessment is based on trends that happened before. So you do that assessment based on trends. So like I done in the video before, I'll put it here again. You need education, language ability, work experience, and some other factors, your age and so forth, will go towards this. So I'm gonna do like a demo one just so you have an idea. And so I'm going to go ahead and say married. And is your partner in Canada? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no so that, you know, you will take your partner with you. So will your spouse or common law come with you? Yes. How old are you? And remember, they are asking this because all of these make or break your application. So I'm going to say I'm 27. I think that's good in between. Level of education. So enter your highest level of education for which you earn Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate, or you had an educational credential assessment. So the ECA is what WEST does. So WEST is an assessment body that assesses your degree, and they'll come back to say no, it's not equivalent to a Canadian degree, or they come back to say yes, it's equivalent to a 4-year Canadian degree. So if you've completed your assessment and you know that yes, then you're going to go ahead and say, okay, I have a bachelor's for your education outside of Canada, because I'm doing this demo based on somebody that is not currently in Canada. So as a matter of fact, I'm not going to go to a bachelor's, I'm going to go to a master's degree or a professional degree. So the professional degree are degrees that you have to basically go to a licensing body to be able to work in the field, such as pharmacists back home in Jamaica. So master's degree. Or even a dentist, those kind of professions. And you can just go ahead and Google what professional degrees are. And then, have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma? I'm going to say no, because like I said, I'm just doing this for persons that are outside. Official language. So this is where it comes in if you have English or you have French. I don't. So that's why I'm giving you guys that look, because I don't have that. Well, let's just say this person is phenomenal and they are bilingual. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do both, right? You know what? I'm gonna do one for my Caribbean people because some of us only speak one language. If you do multiple and French is one, that's amazing. Hats off to you. So what language test did you take? I'm gonna go ahead and say IELTS because this is the most accessible exam outside of Canada. If you're in Canada, the CELPIP is a very good exam to take, and I can do a video to kind of explain my experience with the CELPIP exam. So for speaking, by the way, you know how they say the I guess the lowest is 7. My recommendation is always shoot for the stars because the English tests really make your application like, yeah. So I'm gonna say speaking 7.5 to 9. Listening, I'm gonna say 8. You can get 8, that's fine. I'm gonna say for the reading, I'm gonna say 7 to 7.5. And for the writing, I'm gonna say 7.5 to 9. And then I'll change those values towards the end once I generate the score, and you can see how it kind of affects you. So did you do any other language? I'm gonna say no. And then this is work experience in the last 10 years. How many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? In Canada, we're gonna say none because we're outside of Canada. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? And like you see, the NOC 0A and B is here. So whatever experience you have in your home country, just check to make sure that it aligns with their classifications. So I'm gonna go ahead and say 3 years or more because that's how you get the maximum scores. And do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Because like I said, you're outside of Canada, that's what I'm doing based on. Do you have a valid job offer supported by LMIA? I'm gonna say no. It's not impossible to get a job outside of Canada and come in, but it's hard. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Do you have a nomination? I'm also gonna say no. Do you or your spouse or common law partner have a brother or sister living in Canada who is a citizen or a PR? This question you get 15 points. If you have siblings here or any relative that's close, yeah, you're good. So I'm gonna say yes. So as you can see, a brother or sister that's related to you is blood. Adoption or marriage, stepsister, stepbrother still counts. All right. What is the highest level of education for which your spouse or common law has? If your spouse or common law has education back home like you do, it even gives you even more points. So I'm gonna go ahead and say they have a bachelor's degree. What are the chances we both have a master's? Very high, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say a bachelor's degree. So in the last 10 years, how much work experience your spouse have in Canada? I'm gonna say none. Okay, and then did your spouse or common law partner take a language test? My advice is yes, let them take the test too. And I'm gonna go ahead and give them the same scores so we can kind of speed this part up. Yep. And now we're gonna go ahead and calculate the score. So you use a person that will give you guys the most points. So the score is based on 1200. As you can see, you get 100 for education, level of age, 128, 126, language, 122, Canadian work experience, none, and we are going down. So these people are very ready. 491 is good, and good is kind of relative, and the reason why I say good is kind of relative is because you don't know who is in the pool. But hopefully, because everything kind of died down a little bit and stuff, 491 would still be a very competitive amount. So we're gonna just go back up and I'm gonna show you how the English test can make or break your application. I'm also gonna change the master's degree to just a bachelor's degree, so you also can see that as well. So we are gonna say a bachelor's degree, and the primary applicant, I'm gonna tweak the score, the scores for the test. So the speaking, I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say listening, I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna keep the reading where it's at, and I'm gonna do the writing at 7. So now it's a little bit lower, not significantly lower. And we're gonna see how the scores change. 396. Just you change your degree and then you change the English test. You just lost 90 plus points. If I go back and I keep the master's degree and just change the scores, let's see, 422. So we just lost, what's that? 69 points. That's a lot of points. So 422, you're no longer competitive. There's no doubt it's not impossible, but it's not a very competitive score based on the history and the most recent history. So your English test, in summary, makes or break your application. One other thing that I'll do on here is I will go ahead and bump up back the primary applicant, and then we're going to take a look to see what happens if the secondary applicant does bad on their scores. So writing is kind of tricky, so I'm just gonna go kind of, below. So as you can see, the impact that it will have with the secondary applicant is less than it has with the primary applicant, because as you can see, the comparison is, I did not change theirs a lot versus now. So yeah, hope that was so useful for you guys. I know this is a tedious process, but we have an opening, and I hope you guys take your chances and go ahead and do it. And I wish you all the best of luck with your application, and I'll keep coming with the videos up until July so that you guys are prepared. Feel free to comment below, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to do a video. And as usual, like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet, and hit the post notification bell so that you'll be the first one to be notified when I post a new video. And as usual, thank you guys.